Anyways, I think we've had our fun for now. Now it is time to delve into the most serious part of this live stream. I know a lot of people give a lot of shit to 2020, and I can definitely understand why. Like 2020 had a lot of really bad stuff happen. I think that was a year where like pretty much like every celebrity under the sun died, or maybe that was 2016. I don't know, but yeah, 2020 was also the year where the COVID pandemic started, and we've all practically just been locked up in our house, in our homes forever. Although, take out stuff like the COVID pandemic, take out like all the mostly really bad stuff, and also take out the whole Trump being president thing. 2020, in my opinion, was actually a pretty fun year for the most part. Well, mainly just for me, and the good parts of 2020 were way better than the good parts of 2021. Or okay, to cut to the chase, 2020 is the worst year of my freaking life. Like, and I'm not even kidding. Like, 2020 has not been a fun year really at all. Well, I mean, it obviously does have its good moments, but 2020, like at the current point, it's like the worst year ever for me. Now, I've been through some pretty shitty years, and there are a couple of years that I would say are definitely like stand out bad in my opinion. Like 2012, that was a really a bad year for me, mainly because of stuff like my school life and bullying and crap. 2016 was also pretty bad. Like I had to deal with a tornado outbreak, and it was also again just really not a good year. 2019, yeah, that was another one I really didn't like. That one just was not fun either. I would still rather go through all three of those years again, back to back, than go through 2021 again. Now, yes, like I said, 2020 really did have some really bad stuff in it, but there was a lot of upsides to 2020, in my opinion. Like, for example, I finally moved to. Me and my dad finally got a home where we could actually live by ourselves. Like, for 2020, there was some positive stuff. Like, for example, me and my dad finally moved into a house where we don't have to live with someone else. We finally have our own peace. 2020 is really where my YouTube career. Well, I don't know if I'd say my YouTube career completely kicked off, but this was really where I felt like I started having a lot of fun with YouTube. And yeah, like those examples are pretty fun for me. I mostly had pretty good relationships with people. Again, it was also just the year where I had the most fun making a lot of my YouTube videos, and I did get more involved with the physical media community. Well, at least some people. For better or for worse, there are some aspects that I'm going to rail on it for 2021. But yeah, like 2020, again, just take out stuff like the pandemic and Donald Trump and shit like that. It wasn't a bad year. And then there's 2021. And yeah, for basically the end of the stream, I'm going to be railing this freaking year. So January of 2021 was actually not that bad. Like, I mean, yeah, it wasn't like the greatest month ever, obviously, but it was all right. It kind of continued the 2020 aspect, and hey, at least we were finally getting the COVID vaccine in this year. And then there was a certain video I made in February of 2021. I'm not gonna specifically name it, but let's just say it was involves a certain someone you guys know of, and that video basically solidified that this was gonna be a horrible year for me because yeah, this video pretty much just meant that I was just going to get involved in a frick ton of drama that would just not be fun at all. And, like, the thing is, I didn't want to be in all this freaking drama with people like you know who and some other people. Like, again, I did not want to, really did not want to freaking be in that drama. And yeah, there were some kind of funny videos that did spawn from the drama, but again, it was just overall the aftermath of this stuff that was just like it was really stressing me out more than you may. Like, I mean, yeah, my videos I did sound like I was having fun, or I did have like kind of I guess you'd say more I don't know if I'd say narcissistic tone, but kind of a fuck you too type of attitude, or like no fucks given attitude. But really, on the inside, like these dramas were just really not fun for me, and I focused way too much of my time into just respond to these people that really just aren't worth my freaking time. But yeah, that was pretty much what sucked for the most part about like the first half of the year. Like, yeah, like the first half did have some other stuff that maybe kind of sucked, but the main reason why the first half sucked was really just the drama side of things. But it didn't, the year didn't have to go to shit solely because of that stuff. Like, yeah, eventually I did thankfully take some steps to actually like stopping I just like, for example, I nuked all the drama videos off my channel, and I'm gonna be shifting away from that. But I think what really again solidified this being a crappy year for me was me agreeing to moving into this house. Now, granted, I didn't know what necessarily I was in for, so I can't completely blame myself. But yeah, again, I've talked I talked about a lot of stuff about this house. Well, I don't know if I really mentioned the house and the house that I'm living in my videos before really that much, but yeah, like this house has a lot of stuff that I really don't like. Like, for example, two of the animals that are here just like to leave piss and shit everywhere, and I stepped in both quite a bit, and I mean that's just really not fun to do at all. A lot of family fights happen here. Yeah, like overall, just the vibe of the house is just really not fun and like just really not healthy. Because again, let me just tell you, most of my time that I spend at this house is just me chilling in my freaking room, like playing games or like watching videos and stuff. Like I rarely go downstairs and actually, I just to say interact or socialize with my other family members. Because again, I just really did not know how much I really could not really stand them until I actually started living with them. But I think the year can pick itself up back once that plan that I have, where I'm gonna kind of be moving back in the apartment, could help. I mean, we still got me and my dad still got to like turn the Wi-Fi back on at that apartment, but once that happens, I think we can finally. I think the year could also start to pick up for me, but yeah, I think.